Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm Sue Williams, and this is another episode of Energy Intuition Transformation on Moonstruck TV and A1R Psychic Radio. So, thank you for joining me today. And on this episode, we're diving into a subject that many of us may be feeling right now, and perhaps you are feeling it too. That subject is disruption, chaos, upheaval, the breakdown of what once felt safe, certain, or stable. But rather than seeing these moments as something to fear, what if we view them as sacred? Today's theme is sacred disruption, why the universe shakes things up. And together, we're going to explore how spiritual storms are often clearing the way for a brighter sky, and how the tower must fall so truth can rise, and why everything falling apart can actually be everything falling into alignment. We'll also connect this to the tower archetype, and I'll share a very special card from the Mystic Forest Oracle deck to support your path through transformation. So let's begin. Now let's talk about the tower archetype, crumbling as a catalyst. If you've ever had a tarot reading, you probably know about the tower card. It's the one that can make people squirm a little. A tower struck by lightning, people falling, chaos unfolding. But here's what most people miss. The tower doesn't destroy what is real. It destroys what was built on shaky foundations. And you'll actually see that if you look at the card closely. It's a divine demolition, an act of sacred compassion, so that what is true, aligned, and meant for you can rise in its place. If you're going through a tower moment right now, the loss of a job, a sudden change in a relationship, a deep inner shift, you are not broken, you are being rebuilt. And let's breathe that positivity in. I'll show you now the Oracle card of the week from the Mystic Forest deck. And it's one of my favorites. It's quite small, but the images and the words are so beautiful. And this week's card is Don't Give Up. How appropriate is that? And the message from this card is it's okay that things don't always feel effortless and easy. Some of the best moments in life happen during and after hard times. So the main message is keep believing. And this card is your spiritual encouragement. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay if things feel like they're falling apart, because the universe may actually be rearranging everything in time for your next chapter. And this is not a punishment, it's a pivot point. You're not being pushed off a cliff. You're being invited to jump and take flight. So now let's share a short guided meditation that I called Holding the Storm. And let's take a few moments to center ourselves and connect with the wisdom inside this sacred disruption. As always, please do not listen to this meditation while driving or operating any machinery. If you need your full concentration at this time, please listen with your eyes open and return to this experience with the replay. So if you're safe, seated and comfortable, begin by closing your eyes if it is safe to do so, and take a moment to get really comfortable. First, Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. As you do that, let your shoulders drop, let your jaw relax, let your breath guide you into stillness. And now, in your mind's eye, see a storm swirling in the sky. It may be wild, dramatic, full of thunder and flashes of lightning. This storm represents what's shifting in your life, what's being dismantled, what's no longer sustainable. But instead of fearing it, step into the eye of the storm where there is calm, clarity, and truth. From this sacred center, ask yourself, what is this disruption trying to show me? What truth is breaking through the noise? What am I finally ready to release? You may receive words, images, or just a feeling. You don't have to understand it fully, just receive it. Now, see the storm slowly dissolving, the sky clearing, a soft sunrise beginning to peek through. Breathe that new beginning into your heart and take one last deep breath all the way in and all the way out. Wiggle your fingers and toes and gently return to your normal awareness. The storm was never meant to break you, only to give you freedom. And now, know that when life falls apart, spirit steps in. So often we try to keep everything together. We're so busy trying to organize everything, make sure everyone else is safe. We cling to jobs, people, routines, and identities because they are familiar. They make you feel safe, even if they're painful. But the soul doesn't want familiar. The soul wants freedom. So sometimes the most spiritual thing that can happen is things fall apart. And then what happens? Well, you rediscover your strength. You find new allies. You awaken talents that you forgot you had. You stop pretending. You start becoming. And suddenly that crumbled tower, well, that becomes sacred ground. And let me say that chaos can equal initiation. Every mystic, healer, and light worker I know has gone through a dark night of the soul, maybe on more than one occasion. And it's not because they were weak. Oh, no. It's because they were being initiated. When the world no longer makes sense, when the old ways stop working, when you feel like you're being pulled apart, that's the initiation into the next version of you. And you're not falling, you are becoming. And what's burning away versus what's being born? Let's just think about that. And here are a few questions you can reflect on after the show. What am I being asked to surrender? What illusion is finally falling? What part of me is trying to emerge through this discomfort? And most importantly, what if this isn't destruction like the tower, but actually divine reconstruction? Now let's think about rebuilding after the disruption. Once the shake-up has passed, you stand in the clearing, and that's where your magic begins. You get to consciously choose what gets to be rebuilt. What values do you now lead with? What boundaries feel non-negotiable? What dreams are asking to be honored? What feels true, even if it's unfamiliar and new? Disruption clears the space. You choose how to fill it, and you don't have to rush because rebirth takes time. But believe me, if you give it the time, it will become. And just a couple of final thoughts. The next time life rattles your foundations, try not to ask, why is this happening to me? Instead, ask, what's trying to be born through me? What's no longer aligned with my truth? Because even when everything shakes, your soul remains steady and your higher path remains clear, even if you can't quite see it just yet. The universe never wastes a breakdown. There's always a blessing embedded inside the rubble. So trust the sacred disruption. Allow it to bring renewal. Allow it to allow you to break free and discover what is new within you. And if you would like to speak to me one-on-one, please go to my website, holistic-health.au, and just view the different ways that I may be able to help you. And book a 15-minute free, no obligation call just to discuss the things that I may be able to help you with. It would be my pleasure to connect with you, and not only you, but with your animals, your blessed animals. So, coming to the end of this week's show, I wish you all the best. Have a blessed week, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.